This is how the Israeli police retaliated against a peaceful pro-Palestinian demonstration in East Jerusalem. The man arrested was Arik Ascherman. He is the head of Rabbis for Human Rights, the Israeli group that organized this candlelight vigil for and with the 11 Palestinian families evicted from their homes last Sunday in the East Jerusalem neighborhood of Sheikh Jarrah. Before daybreak, more than 200 armed policemen barged into the houses and forced 53 people inside to leave their homes. An hour later, Jewish settlers took over the houses, and they are still there. The evicted families, on the other hand, had to sleep on this sidewalk, opposite their homes where this vigil was taking place. Their case has rallied some 500 people, Israelis, Palestinians, and internationals alike, to come and show solidarity with them, the evicted families.
Pray as everything depends on God, and act as if everything depends on you. And we'll do everything in our power and pray that it will have an effect. We know that once settlers enter a building, it takes a major force of nature to get them out. It won't be simple. And if that's the decision, then we're talking about the families. Many of them have ownership documents for pre-1948 homes. And just as these Jewish organizations went to court to get these homes, so I guess what we have to do is go with these people, the families here in court, to get their homes back.
The contrast was stark. The Jewish settlers were guarded by the Israeli police, while the Palestinian families had an overwhelming crowd of supporters behind them. It was a group that spoke different languages, from Hebrew to Arabic, German to French, English to Spanish, but the message was one and the same. It echoed the criticism from the international community and the Obama administration. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton had called the evictions regrettable, unhelpful, and provocative. This time, it seemed, America was not going to back Israel.
This is what the quartet have said. This is what the international community has demanded of Israel, to stop the evictions and to stop all sorts of discrimination in East Jerusalem, and therefore I think Israel should obey. But this discriminatory policy will lead the Israeli nowhere, because we will not go anywhere. The Palestinians in East Jerusalem will stay, and as you have seen, for 1 week the Palestinians are here. The owners of these houses will not go away, and this is their determination and our determination with them.
These evicted Palestinian families are determined to hold their ground. They had been given their homes by the United Nations and the government of Jordan when they became refugees first after the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. They had already lost their homes once then. They are determined today not to let it happen again. The Israeli government has been putting more Jewish settlers into these traditionally Palestinian neighborhoods by seizing Palestinian homes. And these families in this part of East Jerusalem, called Sheikh Jarrah, are just a small number of those facing eviction from the area. The United Nations estimates some 60,000 Palestinians are at risk of losing their homes to these evictions and home demolition orders by the Israeli government. This is a systematic removal of Palestinians from a land that they have lived in for generations. The government of Israel is denying Palestinians the right to live in Jerusalem, a city that belongs to them as well as the Jewish people. As long as Israel continues what Mrs. Clinton calls provocative actions, it will always remain locked in a standoff with the Palestinians. These evicted families are in the front line of a struggle to defend their homes, as well as the future of a Palestinian state. They continue to believe that the international community will stand with them, not just on this night of this vigil, but in their fight to get back the homes the State of Israel seized from them by brute force.